home to see a show, but Miss Kate said no. I'll tell you what you can do. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Casey saw all the games, knew the players by their first names, told the umpire he was wrong all along, good and strong. When the score was just 2-2, Casey knew what to do. Just to cheer up the boys she knew, she made the gang sing this song. Take me out to the ball game, take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to live coverage of Orioles baseball, where this afternoon the Baltimore Orioles will be taking on the Toronto Blue Jays in Grapefruit League action in Dunedin, Florida. How you doing, everybody? It's your old pal, the BirdWatcher here. People call me BW for short. That works for me. We are back for more spring training as the Orioles get ready for opening day, which is now just 2 weeks away. Where we'll be facing this same team today, the Blue Jays, in Toronto on the 27th of March. Is that right? Yeah, we're just, we've got about 11 days left down in Florida. Then we head back up to D.C. to play the Nationals, have a couple of days off en route to Toronto to begin the regular season in 2025. Playing the Blue Jays in a 4-game series. So we're playing Toronto for the first time in the spring today. And probably the most exciting aspect to this game today is that Cade Povich is going to be on the mound starting. Povich has had a very nice spring so far, and it's come at a very opportune time for him because when the spring began, he looked to be the odd man out of the starting rotation, and due to the fact that he's, in the early stage of his career, and you got a guy like Albert Suarez who's shown to be a little more versatile that can come in long relief and be a long man for you. Cade Povich didn't really seem to have a spot in the 26-man roster for opening day. But unfortunately, Grayson Rodriguez has had a setback with a elbow issue. It was a triceps issue, and now it's an elbow issue. He's not going to be ready for opening day, which means Cade Povich has a spot, and I think he's already locked it up. I don't know who the next person in line would possibly be to take that final spot in the rotation, but hopefully, Cade will just cement his status today with another fine performance against the Blue Jays. On the mound for Toronto, it was not published until very late last night after I'd already made the thumbnail for the game and the description. It's a left-hander by the name of Easton Lucas. Can't tell you much about him. I can tell you that in the spring he has a 0-1 record with an ERA just under 8, 7.94. So I don't know him. He doesn't have an actual photo on the scorecard page here. And the stats would tell you that this guy's probably not a part of Toronto's plans. But he's on the mound today to begin the game for the Blue Jays. Once again, we are in Dunedin, Florida at the TD Ballpark, home of the Blue Jays spring training complex. We should have good weather today, partly cloudy skies, currently 73 degrees. And we've got our starting lineups here as well. Let's go over those. By the way, Gunnar Henderson is making some progress. A couple of days ago, he resumed baseball activities, swinging a bat in the cage, fielding some ground balls. All reports following that first session is that everything was looking good, and hopefully we'll continue to hear nothing but positive news. And if that's the case, I think Gunnar's got a shot to get into a final few spring games and be ready for opening day, which we're all crossing our fingers for. All right, for the Orioles, the road team today, their starting lineup looks like this. Leading off and playing center field, Ramon Laureano. Again, we got a lefty on the mound, so a lineup that is going to try and feature right-handed hitters, I would assume. So Laureano going to hit leadoff today. Dylan Carlson is in right field, batting second. By the way, it's a very thin lineup today in terms of our expected starters. In fact, I would say not a single person in this lineup today is going to be in the opening day lineup. But unless we face a lefty starter for Toronto on opening day, but I'm not sure who that would be, because Kikuchi was that guy, but he's moved on. Anyway, I digress. I should probably not interrupt my own starting lineup. Ramon Laureano leads off and plays center. Dylan Carlson is in right field, batting second. Emmanuel Rivera will be at first base, batting third. Kobe Mayo, that's the one guy in the lineup that we're probably going to be watching super close. He's the DH and cleanup hitter today. Nick Gordon in left field, batting fifth. Levon Soto at second base, hitting sixth. Luis Vasquez at shortstop, batting seventh. The male machine is in the lineup. The machine hitting 12 for 27. That's a 444 average this spring. A home run, a steal, 6 batted in. Why is this guy hitting eighth? You're telling me this guy doesn't belong above the order of the likes of Vasquez, Soto, or Gordon? This guy should be hitting in the 5 spot. Well, he's batting eighth today, and then you got Maverick Handley, which is, I don't know, our 4th string catcher, perhaps? He'll bat ninth and do the catching for the Blue Jays. Names you do know. So while these games don't really count, the results, if for the first half of this game, if we hold our own against a strong Toronto lineup, then that's a pretty good sign. Toronto's got their stars in there today. Bo Bichette will lead off and play shortstop. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who's currently in talks with the team about a contract extension, he is the first baseman, batting second. Anthony Santander, folks. He's not just in chat. How do I get mod? Well, probably the first good idea is to not ask that in the middle of an intro. Maybe wait for a moment where there's not a whole lot going on. Anthony Santander is in left field for Toronto today. He is their number 3 hitter. Dalton Varsho is the DH and cleanup hitter. George Springer, veteran right fielder, will bat 5th. Andres Jimenez, who came over from Cleveland in a trade in the offseason, he's the second baseman, batting 6th. Alejandro Kirk is the catcher, batting 7th. Martinez, I got to get a first name on this guy. I don't know him. This is Orelvis Martinez, playing third base and batting 8th for Toronto. And finally, Miles Straw, who the Blue Jays brought over as part of a plan, I believe, to free up cap space in order to try and sign Roki Sasaki with that international free agent money pool. Well, they didn't get Sasaki, but they've got Miles Straw, who's having a nice spring. He'll bat 9th and play center field. He's hitting .476, 10 for 21 with 6 RBI on the spring. All right. Is there anybody here? No offense, Anthony. Is there anybody else here besides you? As I get ready to find this game on the TV. My goodness. Apparently we've got 10 people here. Don't be afraid to say hello, for crying out loud. Good Lord, get the Charm City chat moving. Folks, I'm drinking my coffee. You guys got yours? What do you need, a Red Bull? Some adrenochrome? What do you need? We got baseball today, folks. We're playing a division rival. We're seeing Anthony Santander in another uniform for the first time. We got Cade Povich on the mound. We got things happening, folks. Wake up. All right. It is now 1 p.m. Eastern. Time to see if this ball game is going to be up and running. Please stand by as I do some maintenance work. All right. Oh, that's somewhat encouraging. Then again, maybe not. All right, folks, this is why I always have a backup plan. Although in spring, you might want to have a backup plan for a backup plan because things can get weird in the spring. All right, I'm going to not waste time and head on over to this channel and see if we can get this game up a different way. I've got the game. Now I just need the sound. All right, I got the game up over here. Only problem is with this backup channel, I have a feeling it might be running a little bit slower, a little bit farther behind than my primary channel. We'll find out in a few minutes, but if that is the case, let's try and do our best to just follow my play-by-play. I'll keep you informed, folks. Don't you worry. All right, let's take it over to this screen here. And, yeah, we got a few minutes. Have a sip of coffee. Baxter's here. Aaron's here. It's okay, Tony. It's okay. Honestly, right now, as you can look around you, there really isn't a call right now to add more mods to the channel. You want to have like a nice balance of mod to non-mod ratio, you know? You don't want to have too many mods. You know, if a chat is filled up with all mods with their blue mod name designation, I feel it makes it a little less appealing to regular folk to chime in. Like, well, I'm not one of these people. Maybe I don't. Maybe it's not my place to say anything here. You know. So yeah. Long story short, whenever there is a need for another mod, I'll put the announcement out there, and we'll figure it out. All right. By the way, Max Scherzer, I tell you what. 9 innings in the spring for the Blue Jays so far. Opponents are hitting 103 off of him. 14 strikeouts, 0 walks. I mean, God. We could have had him. That's going to be something to keep track of this season. You look at a guy like a Sagano and a Morton. These are 2 veterans on 1-year contracts, same as Max Scherzer. All 3 of them went for about the same price. So we could have had Scherzer. Instead, he goes to a division rival, and I know it's just spring, but man, he's looking like vintage Max Scherzer out there, and if he's pitching anything near that during the regular season, look out for the Blue Jays. Oh, boy. All right, we've got a commercial break, so when they get back, we should have first pitch. Although, it should only be 1 minute from now. I do think we're a little bit behind. I don't know it, but I just think it. As soon as the game starts and we get the animated, the animation screen with the balls and strikes, I'll get that up on the screen. Also expected to pitch today besides Povich, Brian Baker, Yinier Cano, and CNL Perez. They are in the squad today and scheduled to pitch. For the bench, Sammy Basayo is with the squad. But again, most of our regulars, Adley Rutschman, Colton Cowser, Jordan Westberg, Ryan Mountcastle, Ryan O'Hearn, Sed Mullins. I mean, none of them are here. We've got a B team today. I'm doing a middle of the night B team game. Oh, here's another thing I should get out of the way. And since we have a very small crowd, perhaps it's not too difficult of news to digest. But I've got a neighbor here. I live in an apartment building, and apartments are right next to each other. And apparently, the neighbor whose apartment is right next to mine has heard me do my play calling at odd hours of the night or early morning. He approached me a couple of mornings ago and basically said, without making it confrontational, that I make some noise at night doing this little thing here that I do. And I try to explain to him a few different reasons why, that even though I don't want to disturb you, this is just the way it is. And I can't really do much about it. But what I'm going to try to do, since this gentleman is apparently only going to be staying in this building for 1 month, and he's already been here a week, he leaves first week of April, is to just maybe tone it down a notch for the rest of these spring training games in terms of going a little bit crazy on some of the calls. Like, obviously when Sammy Basayo smacked that home run the other day, I got very excited. But home runs and what have you, I'm going to call it, but it's going to be a little more muted until it counts, Don't worry, opening day, I will face the music if I get into trouble for being too loud or too excited. But we're going to chill today. All right, so this lefty, who the hell is this guy? This frickin' guy is about to pitch, and yeah, it looks like I'm behind. Lucas on the mound. All right, I'm hitting refresh over here. Okay, so yeah, this is up. Let me get this up on the screen. I've probably already missed a pitch or two. Ramon Laureano coming up to the plate, folks. Stand by. Stand by. Oh, come on, that's not right. Copy and paste the whole thing. Okay, hit refresh. All right. Ramon Laureano, we are set. This starter is going to pitch from the stretch. And first pitch is fouled away by Laureano. Folks, we are underway in Dunedin.
Ramon just threw a rock at me.
And it looks like I'm about 2 pitches behind on the pitch tracker here. So, once again, apologies. I'm going to try to see if my primary channel is up and running now in the next half inning. And if it is, should cut down on the lag time a little bit. We got a 1-1 count on Laureano leading off the ball game. Next pitch is low and in, a check swing. First base umpire says no swing. I'm doing okay, Baxter. I'm still trying to adjust to getting back into the routine of chaos, which is just the craziest sleep schedule ever constructed. Here's a swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Ramon Laureano. Toronto with their blue jersey tops, white pants. Orioles with their orange shirts and gray pants. Here's a pitch just off the plate, and they're going to challenge that. Alejandro Kirk, the Blue Jay catcher, taps his helmet. That looked low and away to me, but we'll see, as the Blue Jays have the challenge system here at the ballpark. And that is indeed a strike. That ball does clip the bottom of the zone. And Ramon Laureano, unfortunately, the victim of the challenge system here, that is strike 3. And yeah, while the pitch was low by the time it got to the glove, on that breaking ball, there was a lot of movement. So by the time it passed through the zone, it did clip the zone. Dylan Carlson at the plate, and he looks at strike 1. Dylan, you son of a... All right. Carlson hitting from the right-hand side against the lefty Lucas, and that's a strike 2 called. Maybe I'm only about 1 pitch behind on the... Yeah, about 1 pitch behind. We'll work with it. It's spring. If you don't want it spoiled, folks, just, don't stare at the scoreboard. All right, the pitch. This one's hit softly. Shortstop on a couple of bounces. Throwing on the run is Bichette, and he gets Carlson for out number 2. Bo Bichette has gone clean. He used to have hair down to his shoulders, and now you can hardly recognize him out there. Got the short haircut with a beard. Here's Emmanuel Rivera, and he goes after the first pitch, pops it up, center field, should end the inning. Waiting on it is, who is that out there? Miles Straw with the catch, and the inning is over. We go to the bottom of the first, Baltimore nothing, and the Blue Jays coming up. My goodness. This could be... Wow. Not much of a turnout so far today. Although I have to admit, we're smack dab in the middle of spring training. Not exactly a high appealing matchup today. It is a weekday in the middle of the afternoon. I gotta take all that in consideration, right? All right, folks, you're allowed to get away with this nonsense today, but let me tell you something. On Saturday evening, no excuses, all right? For those that are here, here's the deal. It's the spring breakout game. The one spring breakout game the Orioles have, they are playing the New York Yankees. It's our prospects against their prospects. It's on Saturday. First pitch is just after 6. I'll be on the air at 5:50 p.m. Eastern. You're not going to want to miss this one. Let's see who's got the better prospects. We already know the answer, but let's watch it happen. So for the Blue Jays, again, their lineup: Bichette, Guerrero, and Santander to lead it off. Varsho, Springer, Jimenez, Kirk, Martinez, and Straw. Cade Povich. On the big club last season, first year, 16 starts. His ERA was 5.20. But you have to consider that his first go-around, first few starts, he got absolutely knocked around. Could not figure out how to command his curveball. And his other pitches weren't very effective either. But he worked on something, came back and had some really nice starts down the stretch. And boy, here in the spring, he might just be the best pitcher we've had out there. First pitch today is outside, ball 1 to Bo Bichette. Bichette looks a little bulkier than before as well, particularly in the lower half. I don't remember Bichette having thighs that large. Take of that what you will. 2-0 the count. Slim's next pitch. That one is lifted into left field, right at the left fielder, thankfully. Nick Gordon is there to make the catch. So Bichette jumped on the pitch, turned on it, and pulled it into left, but it wasn't hit perfectly hard off the bat, and it was right at somebody, so no harm, no foul. All right, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. coming up. And yeah, I'm not going to be able to play any of these sound effects when our guys are hitting because they're all for our regulars. I got one for Mayo and one for Machine. Here's a called strike to Guerrero. He dropped his dreadlocks last year, so I guess the clubhouse shower drain has gotten a lot easier to clean. Here's a ground ball that is past the diving attempt at shortstop. And Guerrero is going to try for second base, and he's going to hustle his way in there as Baltimore did not hustle themselves on fielding this ball. Guerrero with a ground ball that got a piece of the shortstop, and it dribbled softly into center field. And, yeah, well, I say we didn't hustle, but in all fairness, Ramon Laureano in center field, he was playing deep because Guerrero was at the plate. He had a long way to run to retrieve that ball. Guerrero able to make a double out of it. And that brings up our old friend, Tony Taters, Anthony Santander in a Blue Jay uniform. There it is. And he looks at a called strike from Povich. No score, bottom of the first. The Blue Jays with a runner at second, one out. Anthony Santander. He has one home run this spring and a line drive foul off to the right. No balls, two strikes. Folks, 22 people with us right now. Don't be afraid to say hello in the Charm City chat. This pitch is upstairs. One ball, two strikes to Guerrero, to Santander. Guerrero at second base. Next pitch from Povich is hit in the air, right center field. Gonna stay in the yard. Picked up by Laureano, and he fires it in there toward third. And boy, it's a lot closer than you would expect. Ramon Laureano showing off that arm of his. From deep right center field, he throws a one-hopper right to third, but Guerrero does make it in there safely with two down. Santander flies out to right. All right, Dalton Varsho. Lefty on lefty matchup here. Povich trying to get out of this first inning. First pitch is right in there for a strike. Hello, Noted. How are you doing? Good to have you. Varsho in 6 games this spring has 3 home runs already, 6 driven in. Swinging a hot bat. And he gets into one here to left center field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. And the Blue Jays are on the board. It was a flare. It was a flare. Not hit hard, not squared up. But it got the job done for Toronto. A 2-out RBI knock by Dalton Varsho. 1-0 Blue Jays here in the first. George Springer up next. And he takes low and in for ball 1. Folks, if you're here chilling out, feel free, if you don't mind, I say feel free. Actually, don't feel free. Please, hit the like button. It's a moment of a tap of the finger. Otherwise, make yourself at home, get a snack, grab a drink. We're going to be here for a couple of hours. We got a 2-0 count on George Springer. And he pops this one up. Should end the inning. And drifting in the foul ground, first base side. Now coming back toward the foul line is Emmanuel Rivera, who makes the catch. Povich gives up a run here in the first inning, although it was on a flare 2-out base hit. The big hit was Guerrero, and even that was a bit of a fluke double. And he barely got to third. Yeah, it was a series of events there for Povich that led to a run that, on paper you're going to be like, Povich gave up a run. But he still pitched fine. Neither ball hit all very hard. And, some unlucky bounces going there. Second inning coming up, we got Kobe Mayo, Nick Gordon, and Levon Soto due up for Baltimore. Taking a look at some other notes. Tomorrow against the Twins, which will not be televised, the Orioles will have Tomoyuki Sagano starting. On Saturday, the non-spring breakout game. The Orioles will playing twice on Saturday. Their regular spring training roster will be playing the Pirates again, and that'll be a 1 o'clock game. But in the evening at 6 o'clock, that is the spring breakout game, Orioles and Yankees. That's the game I will be covering. Actually, I take it back. The Pirates game, I believe, is televised, but I will not be doing that ball game simply because it's for the best for all of us. Trust me. You don't want me trying to pull a day-night doubleheader for a spring game, especially the Pirates that we've already watched about 5 times. Anyway, Thaddeus Ward will pitch in that game against Pittsburgh on Saturday. On Sunday, Zach Eflin will face the Phillies, and we've got a split squad on Sunday. So Phillies, Zach Eflin, and the Tigers will also be playing. Albert Suarez starting that game. Here's Kobe Mayo, and he takes a called strike. Come on, Kobe. Mayo has had a rough spring, but in his last game, he had a couple of hits.
Just get it all on there. Just spread it out.
0-1 pitch is off the plate, low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Mayo's spring average right now sits at 129, but it used to be worse, if you can believe it. 1-1 swung on, and he got a piece of it. Bad pitch, low and away. Hey, we've got a lady umpire working this game, I believe. I don't know if I've ever seen that. I mean, not at this level. One-two pitch to Mayo is low, 2-2. Who do you think the biggest World Series contender in our division? Us. That's easy. Even before the Yankees lost Garrett Cole and Giancarlo Stanton's banged up and Luis Heels down for half a season, even before all that, I had us better than the Yankees. We're going to break the curse. It's happening. This, getting swept in the postseason nonsense, I'm done with it. Boston, I'll give credit to the fact that they're going to be better this year. But they're going to have to overcome a team like us that's averaged 96 wins over the last couple of seasons. We've won more games in the American League over the past 2 years than anybody else. So while we don't have a whole lot to flex about in October in the regular season, we do have a reason to flex. Mayo with a line drive, and that's going to get down into the corner for a base hit. It's the best swing Mayo has taken all spring. That ball is going to take a minute to be retrieved. Mayo wasn't aware of the misplay out there. He could have maybe taken third. Instead, it's a leadoff double for Kobe Mayo.
Just get it all on there. Just spread it out.
And that makes your boy very, very happy. Folks,
Splish, splash, I was taking a bath.
Kobe Mayo, heat it up, man. Get heated up. I'm starting to see his bat come around. That is the best swing of the spring for him so far. Here's Nick Gordon. And he lines one in the right, and that's going to get down, and there's nobody over there. Kobe Mayo can walk home from second base. Gordon can walk to second base. It's a game-tying RBI double and a 1-1 ball game. Nick Gordon ties up the ball game for Baltimore. That was easy. Levon Soto is up. Still nobody out, and he flares one in the left. That's a base hit. And having to stop at third is Gordon, as that ball was hitting the shallow left right in front of him. But the Orioles keep the line moving. First and third, still nobody out, with the go-ahead run now just 90 feet away. Rob, rewind my stream 2 minutes and listen to the call, okay? I don't want to spoil it for you. I want you to relive it. Just hit the back button like 2 minutes on the stream and then come back to live. Or wait till we get to, I don't know, because we're in the middle of a rally here. Short answer, you're going to like. You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it. All right, Luis Vasquez is up at the plate now. First and third, nobody out, a run already in. And the first pitch from Lucas is fouled right behind home plate. There is a lady in the front row that could probably do for, I don't know, maybe a trip to a Marshall's or something. Maybe think about the yikes. 0-1 pitch, fouled away. No balls, 2 strikes. How you doing, everybody? Your old pal BW here. It's the spring. What's the weather like in the Baltimore area, folks? As you know, I live on the other side of this here planet that we share. Wondering how the weather's doing. Here's a pitch low and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Luis Vasquez, who would be well served to just get the bat on the ball here, put it in play. Even a double play ball would score a run here. There you go, Rob. Here's a ground ball and stopped at first base. A throw home is not in time. Nick Gordon sneaks in on a bang-bang play at home plate. Vlad Guerrero dove to ground, stopped the ball, fired home. It was very close. But Nick Gordon, Guerrero is touching his head as if to say, do you want to challenge that? We'll get a look at the replay. The throw to home plate was to the catcher's right, the first base side, so he had to spin around and apply the tag, and it was that extra moment that I believe allowed Nick Gordon to get in there and score. Folks, it's 2-1 Baltimore. By the way, everybody's safe. Because of the play at the plate, the batter who just hit a ground ball to first, he's at first base now. And folks, it's time for the machine.
You know, like everything. Hey, I'm just a little machine, and I don't work for nobody but you. I'm just
2-1 Baltimore, top of the second. First and second, nobody out. Pitch is low. 2-0. In Mexico last season, Vermeil Machine hit .401 with an OPS over 1,000. I mean, the dude can clearly hit. And he goes opposite field, and that ball is going to get down. And the left fielder overran the ball. It gets past him all the way into the corner. One run is in. Here comes another one home, and he's out. All right, we might have been a little too aggressive on the base paths there, especially with nobody out in the inning. But the Mail Machine will get credited with an RBI double. It's now 3-1 Baltimore. Folks, the hits keep on coming. My goodness. Luis Vasquez was the one cut down at home plate. Levon Soto scored. Machine is, I know. We got to figure out something for Machine.
You know, like everything. I'm just a love machine. And I don't work for nobody but you. I'm just.
All right, the infield is in for Toronto with Maverick Hanley, the number 9 hitting catcher, up for Baltimore. Runner at third with 1 out, 3 runs in. And Toronto trying to stop it right here. That ball is flared and going to be caught at second base. Nearly got over his head with the infield in. But he's able to back up a couple of steps and make the catch on a weak little flare on the infield. That's not going to get the job done. Well, Tony, staying in AAA is a lot better than having to just cut him. If we've got a way to keep him in the organization, that makes me happy. There's a called strike to Ramon Laureano, back to the top of the order. Struck out his first time up. Machine at third base, 2 down. The Orioles with 3 runs in. Swing and a miss. Hey, Foo. Nice to see you too, Foo. Appreciate it. Wait till the regular season gets going. It's going to be what the kids call off the chisane. Isn't that fresh lingo? This pitch is fouled away. No balls, 2 strikes on Ramon Laureano. Lucas up to 30 pitches here with 2 out in the second. Yeah, no cap. Actually, I cap all the time. I'm constantly capping. Everyone's talking about no cap. I'm a capper. I'd be capping. That pitch is low and away. A ball and 2 strikes. Toronto with some activity in the pen. Another lefty, Mason Fluharty. Fluharty. God, I love baseball names. Where are these people from? They're names you've never seen before in a phone book or in your at your workplace in a classroom name list. Nothing. Nowhere. Nowhere are these names found except in baseball. Here's a foul at the plate. Right behind home plate. 2-2 on Laureano. He could be the Gunnar stand-in. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, hopefully, Rob, we won't need it. If Henderson continues to progress without any setbacks, I think he still might be ready for opening day. 2-2 pitches up and away, full count on Laureano. Cut Vavra. Have Machine at short, Gunnar at third, and have Westbrook. What? Hold on. First of all, I don't think you have to cut Vavra to make room. I mean, if you're talking about on the 40-man roster, here's a check swing, no swing. Laureano is going to take a walk down to first base. Yeah, I need to look at that, actually.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
Orioles 40-man. Here comes the Blue Jay manager, and that's going to do it for the left-hander. So we've knocked the starter Lucas out of the game, and Fluharty, another lefty, is going to come in to replace him. Okay, I'm looking at the 40-man right now. And on the infield, Westberg, Arias, O'Hearn, Mountcastle, Mayo, Mateo, Holiday, and Gunnar. So there's no space on the 40-man for Levon Soto, Luis Vasquez, Vimael Machine. Mateo is there. And what you can do is put him like on a retroactive like 60-day DL, and that would free up a 40-man roster spot. And then you could bring up a guy like a Machine. He's a great story. I just don't know if we're going to figure out a way to get him in there. You know? I think the Orioles are going to look at a guy like a Luis Vasquez or a Levon Soto that is a little more established, both, you know, and probably a little more dependable defensively. Although I haven't seen Machine look terrible on defense. I do remember one play he kind of screwed up. But he hasn't looked lost out there by any means. All right. We are getting ready for the top of the second inning, and Dylan Carlson coming up. First pitch swinging, fouls it off to the left. Oh, I'm sorry. It's already the bottom of the second. We had a pitching change. Mason Fluharty. So there's 2 out, runners at the corners. And, yeah, it's spring. I need to wake up. An 0-1 pitch coming to Carlson is a called strike on a pitch that Carlson was probably better off not trying to hit. That was tough. 0-2 pitch. Upstairs for ball 1. Carlson yesterday in the game that was not televised had a home run late in the ball game and a loss to the Braves. His first home run of the spring. This pitch is a bit above the belt for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on in the second. That's a lot of 2s, folks. Pitch. That ball got him. Dylan Carlson hit on the leg on a ball that was sweeping across the plate left to right. Swept right into him. He could not get out of the way. And it looks like he's waiting for a trainer to come. Let's see where it got him. Oh, off the back knee. Oh, no. Oh, my. Right square off the back knee while it was bent in that swinging motion. Absolutely exposed out there. He's going to jog down to first base. All right, Dylan. All right, buddy. You shake it off now. Shake it off. We got bases loaded now. And we got a big hitter coming up, folks. Here we go. How does Emmanuel Rivera sound with the bases loaded? Excuse me. He takes a called strike. My goodness. 3-1 Orioles. Top of the second. Chance to bust it open early. Fluharty. 0-1 pitch is in there, strike 2. So Rivera, first at bat, first pitch swinging, made an out. Here he's been patient, but is fallen behind 0-2, taking a couple of called strikes. Oh, 2 pitch, swung on and missed, and Fluharty gets him on 3 pitches, leaving the bases loaded. So Fluharty will be happy with his contribution, coming in and stopping the bleeding after Lucas, the starter, gave up 3 runs in the inning. We had a double by Nick Gordon that scored Kobe Mayo. We had a fielder's choice by Luis Vasquez that scored Nick Gordon. And then Vimeo Machine with an RBI double scoring Levon Soto. Vasquez got thrown out at the plate. That's the other thing. We only had 1 out with the bases loaded. And this inning might still be going on if it wasn't for that out made on the bases. But hey, you know, I'm not going to complain. It's spring. We're looking good at the plate. Machine doing his thing. You know? It's all right.
Hey, I'm just a love machine. And I don't work for nobody but you. I'm just...
Coming up for the Blue Jays, bottom of the second, Jimenez, Kirk, and Martinez. Folks, how you doing? It's your old pal BW here, and maybe I should move that chat box a little bit out of the way. But here's the deal. This channel is a channel for Oriole fans and baseball fans. It's a community, okay? This is not your typical YouTube channel. I don't know if you've noticed. All right. I've done everything I can to increase the production value, make things a little more visually interesting, more information at your fingertips, and these sorts of things. But the channel's still got a long way to go in order to be established to where I can safely say I can do this long term. That's the goal. I'm trying to live out a dream here, folks. I want to call Oriole games until the day I die. And the best way for that to happen is for the channel to get to a certain point where, you know, I'm safe. We're not there yet, so we need a little bit of help. Hit that subscribe button. Join the family. It's free. All it does is help the channel get seen by more people. YouTube recognizes it when you hit a like button or subscribe to a channel, even when you just leave a comment. All that stuff gets spat into a machine, and the more input the machine gets, the more they push your content out to more people. That's the idea. Folks, we're underway, bottom of the second. Andres Jimenez, after that foul ball, has an 0-2 count. And this ball's hit on the ground into right field, a base hit past the diving glove of Machine. Is it Machine at second? I'm sorry, that's Soto at second. Machine's at third. Levon Soto. We got a merry-go-round going here. So, yeah, that's the deal. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. Everybody's happy. Alejandro Kirk, first pitch, he goes after it and into right field. That ball is up, and that ball's going to hang up. Thankfully, it's going to stay in the yard and be caught out there in right field on the edge of the warning track. That was a little bit scary. Right fielder Dylan Carlson with the play. The wind is blowing right to left, so Carlson had initially broke all the way back to the wall, but then had to come in a few steps to make the catch. One out here in the bottom of the second. Check on the runner at first. He's back in there as Martinez steps into the box. And I've already forgotten this guy's first name again. Oz something. Here's a line drive and caught at third base, popping up his Machine. Throw to the first, but Slightly off the bag is Rivera. So it was a one-hop liner. Snared by Machine well at third. The throw across not quite on target, and Rivera unable to keep his foot on the bag. I'm not sure why. Let me see this replay. That's a shame. That's a shame. Blue Jays have runners at first and second, one out, and here's a curveball that hits the outside corner to Miles Straw for strike one. Miles Straw, again, 11 games, 21 at-bats. He's already gotten 10 hits. And he goes into right center field, backing up and playing with that wind out there is Laureano. He fires it back in. Runner at second tags and moves up to third base for Toronto. But with two down, Cade Povich with a chance to get out of this inning without any damage as we go back to the top of the order for Bo Bichette. Bo Bichette takes a first pitch called strike from Cade Povich. Bichette lined out his first time up. Check on the runner at first. He's back standing. Povich from the belt. The pitch. Up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cade now at just 24 pitches with 2 down here in the second. So the pitch count is fine. Swing and a miss. Oh, he got Bichette to chase a bad one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Come on, Slim. Put him away, put him away, put him away now. 1-2 pitch. In the dirt, 2-2. Now it looks like I'm ahead of the animation screen. They don't have it 2-2 yet. Now they do. All right, there they are. First and third, 2 down for the Blue Jays. 2-2 count on Bo Bichette. Povich. Next offering is line foul. Still 2-2. Pitch. Fouled back again. We've got a battle going on here. I tell you, Bichette, it's not just the hair. He looks just like a completely different person. His body looks, everything looks different. Here's a foul ball right behind home plate. Gave a lady sitting behind the screen there a heart attack. Boy, somebody's got a hairy left knee. Who the hell is that? Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Povich gets him chasing. Get the hell out of my face.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Povich gets out of trouble. We go to the third. 3-1 Baltimore. Get out of my face. All right. While this coffee is still about 1 or 2 degrees warmer than the room temperature, I'm going to have myself a lucky.
I mean, you know I'm a Lucky Strike fan from way back, so.
What's going on down at the nightclub tonight?
Where's you from?
Baltimore.
What?
Baltimore.
Baltimore? What's that?
Look, it doesn't really matter, all right?
Ooh, ha. Oh, boy. We've got a dead chat. I mean, what in... Folks, what do you want to talk about? You want to talk to me? You want to talk about something not baseball related? Movies? 80s sitcom theme songs? Your favorite brand, your favorite flavor of Jell-O? I don't know. Come on, people. This is a little bit sad. This is a little bit sad. I gotta be honest. You know, when things are going good, you guys are having so much fun interacting with each other. I don't even have a chance to really jump in. I'm just happy to see the community. This feels like what is this? What is this? Huh? Come on, people. I guess I can't make you talk. Kobe Mayo is up. Maybe that'll get you going. Come on, Mayo.
Let's get it all on there. Just spread it out.
He takes a called strike. Mayo with a double and scored a run his last time up. Best swing of the spring. I ain't lying to you. By the way, it's Lucas back out there, so the other guy who came in to finish the inning. Who's that other guy? I've already forgotten. Fluharty. Fluharty got that final out, and now Lucas is back out there to get some more pitches in. He's got Mayo 0-2. And he's got Mayo 0-3. Kobe Mayo strikes out. Whoops. I'm not the best at hitting mechanics and able to give you analysis, but on that last swing and a miss by Mayo, you could see his hips turning too early. And then his upper body trying to catch up with the hips, even if he had made contact. I don't know. We need to work on some things, Kobe. Nick Gordon at the plate. Here's a comebacker to the pitcher. He runs halfway to first, then flips the ball for the second out of the inning. Nick Gordon grounds out 1-3. 2 down in the top of the third. Levon Soto is next. And what's it been, like 4 minutes since I was pointing out how dead the chat is, and not a single comment since. All right, I'll come up with a topic. Holy cow, let me think. Showing bunt is Soto, and he fouls it away. Jeez Louise. This feels like The Handmaid's Tale or something in here. Like, are you guys being silenced against your own will? Like, if somebody is holding you against your will, just blink twice. Here's a pop-up by Soto on the infield. Shortstop just into the outfield grass makes the catch. And the inning is over. Well, that will probably go down as the most exciting inning in the history of the BirdWatcher Channel. 3 up, 3 down. and a dead chat. My goodness, we go to the bottom of the third. 3-1 Baltimore. Hey! Dots! Sorry I can't read Braille. Plus, when I put my finger there, I can't even feel the dots. So, but I'm sure it says something to the effect of, "You're doing a great job, BW." All right. I mean, if I knew it was going to be this kind of party, I would have put something in the mashed potatoes. What's going on with the out-of-town scores? I see some games that are yet to start. Scoreless between the Pirates and Twins in the 5th inning. 2-0 Red Sox over the Mets. That's top of the 4th. Phillies over the Braves 4-1. Bottom of the 2nd. Nationals over the Rays 4-1. Top of the 4th. And it looks like pretty much everything else going on later. Okay, we got Houston up big on the Marlins 8-2. Yankees ahead of the Tigers 3-1 in the 4th. Cardinals with a 1-0 lead on Houston. That's in the 3rd. And I think that's all your Grapefruit League games. Everything else, Cactus League action happening in a couple of hours. All right, Cade Povich is facing Guerrero to lead things off bottom of the 3rd, and Vladdy gets into one. First pitch, center field. Going to stay in the yard, though, and be a relatively easy out for Ramon Laureano, one away. That's how you do it, Slim. Get the most dangerous hitter of the lineup out on one pitch. One out. Here comes Tony. Tony. First pitch to him is up and away for ball 1. I'm not being biased, folks. I just think Santander looks better in orange and black. He fouls one straight back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cade Povich. He's given up 3 hits, no walks so far, just the 1 strikeout. That pitch is outside, 2-1. Two-one pitch, swing and a miss. That was a changeup or a sweeper, 81 miles an hour. Santander way out in front of it. And Tony backs out of the box, adjusts his batting gloves, steps back in. 2-2 pitch. This one's hit in the right center field. That ball could, oh, no, it's going to hang up there. Going to hang up there for Dylan Carlson. Makes the catch in right field. 2 away. So Povich facing the meat of this Blue Jay order and has retired Guerrero and Santander. That'll bring up Dalton Varsho, who had that 2-out RBI base hit, accounting for the lone run so far for Toronto. He takes a called strike on the outside edge. Here's a swing and a miss on a breaking ball that Varsho was completely fooled by. 0-2. Come on, Povich. We need a strikeout. Just 1 so far today. I want another. 2 down, nobody on, and an 0-2 pitch is high. Povich shakes off a couple of signs, gets the one he wants, and the pitch. That ball's lifted in the air, but foul, off to the right. Still a ball and 2 strikes on Dalton Varsho. Swing and a miss on the pitch in the dirt, and I told you I wanted a strikeout.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Cade Povich faces the 3-4-5 hitters and gets them 1-2-3. Gets the 3-4-5, 1-2-3. We go to the 4th inning, Baltimore 3, Toronto 1. My goodness. What do I got to do? What in the world do I have? Okay. Announcing a giveaway to the first Charm City chatter. I don't know. I'm making this up on the spot. Povich looks good. He does, Baxter. He does. I think, again, you don't want it to come at the expense of another starter getting injured, but it could be a blessing in disguise because Povich looks ready to be an effective starter right now. And, you know, this division this year is up for grabs and every game counts. We're starting off with 4 games against Toronto and then 3 against Boston. So you want to get off to a good start. And if Povich is going to give us some quality innings, let's get him in there. Now, me and Rob were having a discussion about who the opening day starter should be. And I think the best thing to do is to have Povich be the number 5 guy, because what that'll allow is 2 things. One, he doesn't have to face the Blue Jays. Not that he's doing terrible against Toronto so far today, but the Blue Jays are a right-handed heavy lineup, whereas the Red Sox, who we play starting in Game 5, they're more of a lefty-heavy lineup. You got Jarren Duran, you got Rafael Devers, you got Masataka Yoshida, you got missing somebody else. But, yeah, they got a lot of left-handers. Luis Vasquez is up right now, and another lefty on the mound. 3rd lefty already for the Blue Jays, Ryan Yarborough. And Vasquez fouls the 1-0 pitch away, 1 ball, 1 strike. So, yeah, in my mind, you go with your 4 right-handers up in Toronto, and while you're saying, well, Povich isn't our 5th best guy, he deserves to be bumped up. Yeah, but by having him be the number 5 guy, he would start the home opener. So he has the comforts of home, where he did pitch much better last season than on the road. And he'll be facing a lineup that I think is more suited to him. Here's a line drive in the left field, going to be caught out there on the run by Santander for out number 1. Ball hit hard by Vasquez, but right at somebody, 1 away. So that's what I'm picturing. Opening day at Camden Yards, Cade Povich on the mound. Machine.
You know, like everything. I'm just a love machine, and I don't work for nobody but you. I'm just.
He takes a called strike. Machine, base hit today. RBI. Double. Hitting .464 on the spring. Takes inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Hey there, Robert. How you doing? Hey there, Travis. This pitch is just a bit inside. I thought maybe the catcher might have tapped his helmet to get a challenge on that, but no challenge. 2-1 pitch. That is a little bit low. 3-1. Ryan Yarbrough, a soft tossing lefty. I don't think his fastball gets much above 90 miles an hour. Here's a pitch fouled away. That was at 88. That might have been his fastball. He's what baseball likes to call a crafty lefty. That's a nice way of saying you don't throw all that hard. Payoff pitch to Machine is a check swing, and that is a called strike 3 on the outside corner. 2 down. Maverick Hanley up next. Number 9 hitter, catcher. Oh for 1 today. Uh-oh, my stream paused. My game is stuck. Well, are you going to unstick? What are we doing? Strike 1 on Hanley. All right, we're back. Next pitch is fouled away. It's 0-2. Three to 1 Baltimore. We're in the top of the 4th. All 3 Oriole runs coming in the 2nd inning. Pitch up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. One from Yarborough is a breaking ball that stays off the plate outside. That was at 70 miles an hour. So this guy's got 3 kinds of pitches: slow, slower, and crawl. A slow crawl. 2-1 pitch. Hit on the ground. Second base. Should end the inning, and it does. Maverick Hanley grounds out. Yarborough gets a 1-2-3 inning, retiring the bottom of the Orioles order. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Baltimore 3, Toronto 1. All right. Yeah, for a turnout like this, I'm definitely not going to do any yelling. Oh, jeez. Oh, BW, quit complaining about the turnout. Everybody will be showing up once these games count. Let me see if we've got any relevant tweets during this game. So far, 3 innings for Povich, 2 hits, 1 run, no walks, 2 strikeouts, 41 pitches, 31 strikes. You like to see that. And remember, the RBI hit was a bloop single that was hit less than 70 miles an hour off the bat. So Povich has looked really, really good. The Mayo double, that was 101.4 off the bat. Just a little inside info. Due up for the Blue Jays, Springer, Jimenez, and Kirk, which sounds like a law firm. All right. Getting ready now for the bottom of the fourth. Is that where we are? Yes, sir. George Springer at the plate. Cade Povich on the mound. First pitch, up and away, ball one. Springer 0 for 1. Popped out his first time up. This ball's lifted into left field. Long run toward the foul line, and on a sprint, Nick Gordon, is that Gordon left? Makes the catch. Yeah, Gordon left, Laureano in center, and who's out there in right field? Dylan Carlson, that's right. Okay. Get it together, BW. One out here in the bottom of the fourth, Andres Jimenez at the plate. And he goes after the first pitch and pops it up. Left field again. Gordon this time doesn't have to move very far at all. And that's out number 2. Povich is cruising. 2 down in the fourth, just on 44 pitches. He should be able to go 5 innings. Should Brandon Hyde have that in mind? Here is the stocky Alejandro Kirk. This guy's built like a fire hydrant. Takes a curveball low for ball 1. Kirk flew out his first time. Kirk steps out of the box after Cade Povich had just stood on the mound in the set position for too long to Kirk's liking. Back in the box, here's the pitch, and that's a little bit outside. 2-0. Next pitch. There's a pitch that's in there. 2-1. 2 out, nobody on. Pitch. Just a bit outside. 3-1. Three-1 is drilled into left field. That ball's going to get down if it doesn't leave the yard entirely. Where is that ball? Was that a foul ball? That went foul? Wow. Boy, we got lucky there. That ball was drilled. Couldn't even see it when they cut to the outfield camera. All right, we got a full count. Payoff pitch. That's one lined in the right. Backing up Carlson, and he makes the catch a step in front of the track. Inning over. Cade Povich. He's cruising. 4 innings of 1-run ball. And again, that 1 run just involved some tricky bounces and a bloop. Otherwise, he's been fantastic yet again today, folks. We head on now to the 5th inning. It's 3-1 Orioles. What do I got going on over here? Yeah. Where are you people? Where are you people? I don't know. I'm starting to think of there's about 7 more games after this one that are going to be broadcast during the spring. I want to call them all, but I'm starting to think, I want to be able to get a little bit of rest in before we get into the regular season where it's just one day off here and there, mainly every day. So maybe of the games that are coming up, maybe one of them I'll just, I'm thinking maybe a week from Saturday, the 22nd against Pittsburgh. After we've already watched them play half a dozen times, maybe I'll take that one off. Because that's 3 straight games. Pittsburgh on Saturday, Atlanta Sunday, Washington Monday. Yeah, that might be the day. Okay. Top of the 5th. And top of the order, Ramon Laureano. Yarborough out there for another inning of work, and the first pitch is outside for ball 1. Laureano 0 for 1 with a walk. Again outside, 2-0. To Laureano is a called strike. A reminder, folks, the Orioles fielding a pretty weak lineup. None of their regulars are in there. The closest thing to it is Kobe Mayo DHing today. That pitch is inside, 3-1. While the Blue Jays have gotten, for the most part, their opening day lineup out there. Bo Bichette, Vlad Guerrero, George Springer, Anthony Santander, Dalton Varsho, Alejandro Kirk. Here's a swing and a miss, and that's a full count now on Laureano. So the fact that the Orioles are winning this game, even though, again, it's spring and the score line doesn't really tell the whole story and all that, it's encouraging to see that our B team is currently ahead of their A team. 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball catches the outside corner. That pitch took about 2 minutes to get to the plate. But Laureano caught looking. He strikes out for the second time today. Dylan Carlson up. First pitch to him. Popped up. Center field. Can of corn. Waiting on it and making the catch is Miles Straw, 2 down. A 1 pitch out for Dylan Carlson. That'll bring up Emmanuel Rivera. I tell you what, in the next half inning, I'll go over the complete rest of the spring schedule here for the BirdWatcher Channel. Although it's to a very limited audience. 0-1 on Rivera. Yarborough kicks and deals. This one's lifted in the air, foul, off to the right. 0-2. A race for a souvenir down in that concourse area, down the right field line. 0-2. Low and away, a ball and 2 strikes. On Emmanuel Rivera. Don't forget, folks, Rivera, if we're looking for an extra infielder to start the season, he's looking to try and get a spot. He certainly earned a spot in the playoff roster last year after finishing very strong. He pops up here to first base. Guerrero makes the catch. And the inning is over. We are halfway through this one. Baltimore 3, Toronto 1. All right, folks, so here we go. Here's a rundown of the remainder of the spring schedule here on the BirdWatcher Channel. Tomorrow, we play the Twins, and that game is not televised, so nothing for you tomorrow. Saturday, though, that is one you're going to want to put an asterisk by. Again, 2 games. There's an afternoon game against the Pirates. I will not be covering that game because my heart is set on the evening game. That is the spring breakout game. You can see it being referenced on the text crawl at the bottom of your screen. We're playing the Yankees spring breakout 6 o'clock on Saturday. You're going to want to be here for that, folks. All right? Sunday, the Orioles have a split squad. They play the Tigers and the Phillies. Neither of those games will be televised, so off day here. Monday, we are back in action for a 1 o'clock game against the Red Sox. That's going to be on Masson and right here on the BirdWatcher Channel. Tuesday, we play the Blue Jays. That is not on TV. But that's a 6 o'clock start, and at that exact same start time, the Dodgers and Cubs will be playing the official first game of the regular season out in Tokyo. I debated whether or not to maybe call that game just as a bit of a special to get people excited about the return of baseball, but I'm probably not going to do that. Wednesday the 19th, the Orioles have a complete day off, no games scheduled whatsoever. Thursday, we are back on the air playing the Yankees again, 6 p.m. Thursday the 20th. Friday the 21st, no TV, playing the Tigers in the evening. Saturday, so a week from this Saturday, that is the game I'm considering about canceling, at Pittsburgh for 1 o'clock. As Cade Povich throws a first pitch strike on a curveball to Martinez to begin the bottom of the 5th. Orelvis Martinez 0 for 1. He reached on an error his first time up. Takes a low, ball 1. I will definitely pick it back up on Sunday the 23rd. We play the Braves at 1 o'clock. That's the final game in Florida. And then Monday the 24th, the last spring game, we travel up to D.C., downtown D.C., to play the Nationals for a 1 o'clock game. Tuesday and Wednesday, the 25th and 26th, those are off days as we travel to Toronto to get ready for the 27th. That's right. March 27th, opening day, Toronto, 3 o'clock. That game and the next 161, all right here on the BirdWatcher Channel. Folks, we got a 2-2 count on Orelvis Martinez, and he hits one in the left. Drops in there for a base hit in front of Nick Gordon. Base hit for Martinez to lead off the bottom of the 5th. Why do I have a feeling running through that entire schedule had zero impact? Miles Straw, 0 for 1 today at the plate. Curveball, there's a strike. Did Straw want to challenge it? Do we have a challenge on it? We do. And Straw's going to win it. That pitch was low by an inch, nearly an inch and a quarter. So what was called strike 1 gets reversed on a successful challenge by the Blue Jay batter. Now a 1-0 pitch. That's low, 2-0. Yep, we're going to have the Yankees a couple of times before the season starts. Breakout game with our prospects on Saturday. And then the next Thursday, this ball gets into left field. And what happened here? Martinez will make it a third base, Straw into second. And my eyes were not watching that ground ball. It looked like it was misplayed. So this could go down as an error. Let me see. Yeah, something went wrong over there at third base with Machine. Come on, Machine. You can't do that because when the machine breaks down, we all break down. That should go as an error. Second and third, nobody out. The tying runs in scoring position for Bo Bichette, who turns on one, and if it's fair, we got trouble. That is a foul ball. Good Lord. That ball went into the forest. Down in the left field corner. My goodness. Scary moment right there. Come on, Cade. You've had a good outing so far, buddy. Here's a pitch inside. 1-1 on Bichette. Best thing for Povich to do is to just go after these hitters and not worry about the guys on base. Just count on that guy from third probably scoring. Swing and a miss. Povich, 81 miles an hour on an off-speed pitch that Bichette was way out in front of. Two strikes on Bichette. Pitch. A little bit low. 2-2. Second and third, nobody out. Once again, though, the Blue Jays score. You can't put the blame entirely on Povich. It's an error that has led to this particular jam. That one is lined and past the glove of shortstop, a base hit. One run is in. And that'll be it for now. Runner at second stops at third. So the Blue Jays are within a run. There's still nobody out in the inning as Bo Bichette gets an RBI single. Oh, this is part of the learning process, Cade. When things are going smooth and you've got your good stuff, it feels easy. But sometimes you get some bad bounces. Maybe your defense lets you down a little bit. And suddenly you got yourself a jam. These are the situations you got to learn how to pitch through. We got a mound meeting right now. The catcher and I think that's Levon Soto or Luis Vasquez. Yeah, Vasquez in there, the shortstop. We got Vladdy Jr. coming up at the plate. He's already doubled and scored today. So, tough spot for Povich. But the kind of spot that in the spring you want to see. You want to see what Cade can do in a spot like this. First pitch is a curveball up and away, and that looked like the kind of curveball Povich had trouble with when he first got called up. Almost as if he was too. There's a line drive base hit into left field, and the Blue Jays have tied the ball game on a hard hit ball by Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Still nobody out in the inning, and Povich, on a day where he's looked very good through 4 innings, is having problems here in the 5th. The inning began in a way where he couldn't put much blame on him with some bad defensive help, or lack of help, I guess. But last couple of batters have hit the ball hard, Bichette and now Guerrero. And now you got Anthony Santander up there. Nobody out, first and second. And there's another curveball that starts outside and stays outside. Povich looks like a different pitcher right now, and I don't mean that in a good way. Activity in the Oriole bullpen. This one's hit in the right field. Going to be deep enough to get the runner at second to tag and move up to third. And now a runner at second trying to get there, and he is out. Yes. Thank you very much. Vlad Guerrero Jr. trying to take an extra base, going first to second on the throw in toward third. And we nail him for the second out, which is huge because now that runner at third can't score without the benefit of a hit. Big play there. Here's Dalton Varsho, and he looks at a called strike. All right, Cade. A chance to complete 5 innings. Here's another challenge. That first pitch was called a strike, and that was probably the worst call by the umpire today. That was 2.5 inches outside. So Varsho correctly challenges, makes it a 1-ball, no strike count. Next pitch is drilled. Right field, if it's fair, it's gone. And that ball is way out of here. A 2-run homer by Varsho, and the Blue Jays have taken the lead here in the bottom of the 5th, and what had begun as a really nice outing for Cade Povich has become his toughest outing of the spring. Was 1 out away at getting out of it with a tie ball game, but Dalton Varsho, for the second time today with 2 down, becomes the RBI man. That ball hit up on the roof of the building over right field. Five to 3 Blue Jays, and that's the end of the day for Povich. Boy, you hate to see that. You don't want to walk off the mound with that being your last pitch. We have a pitching change here in Florida. Toronto's on top right now. It's 5 to 3 Blue Jays, and the Orioles go to the pen. Well, that did not work. Might be time for a snack. Oh, crap. I don't have a snack. I'll be back. Hey, folks, have you hit the like button yet? If you have, thanks. If you haven't, thank you, because I bet you're going to do it right now, right? Great. Appreciate it. Right-hander out here for Baltimore now. And is that George Springer at the plate? 2 down, bases empty now. Preston Johnson, who pitched an A-ball last season for Baltimore. Throws a curveball that is up and outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on George Springer. Fouled back, 1-2. Yeah, Michael, as you can see, Charm City chat today, not exactly hopping, as the kids say. One, 2 to Springer. Upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Going on. That's not helping. So you might have noticed that my stream for the second or third time so far in this game has had a bit of a blip. Here's a check swing, and the home plate umpire says, "You went, George. Strike 3, inning over."
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
And Springer very unhappy that check swing didn't at least get an appeal from umpire down the first baseline. Inning over, but the Blue Jays have taken the lead here, folks. We head now to the 6th. Toronto 5, the Orioles 3. Hey, now, am I able to... Let me see this. Can I just make that a little bit smaller? Yeah, let me do that. That's better. Hi, everybody. I even put on my Oriole orange collared shirt for this one. It feels like a mistake right now. By the way, tomorrow is laundry day. That's the other thing. I've got to figure out how to plan my chores and obligations around the off days that are coming up here in the next couple of weeks. Because once the season starts, those chances are few and far between. Where are we going? The 6th? I want another lucky. I'm going to try to wait till the 7th. I want a lucky. Boy, those hats are very popular. New pitcher here for Toronto, Yimi Garcia. You might know him. Veteran right-hander relief pitcher. And a pretty good one. And so far in the spring, he's been fantastic. 4 innings. He's given up just 1 hit, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. Kobe Mayo up first, and he takes outside for ball 1. Come on, Kobe. If you can get a hit off him.
Just get it all on there. Just spread it out.
That would be a nice little storyline of the day. That is not a strike, Blue. Come on. Kobe, challenge that, man. Challenge it.
Why don't you wake up and smell what you shoveling?
Are they challenging it? They are challenging it. And it is a strike. Well, crap. That ball did kiss the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike on Mayo. And I gave the umpire a bunch of static. There's a strike 2. No doubt about that one. 1-2 on Mayo, leading off the top of the 6th. He is 1 for 2 with a double. Swing and a miss. Damn. Hittable pitch in the zone. Mayo can't touch it. One out. Nick Gordon takes a called strike. Gordon 1 for 1. RBI double. Make it 1 for 2. Excuse me. Check swing, but it's a called strike. Yimi Garcia coming in, throwing strikes. Pitch. Fouled away. Again, the Orioles have a few scheduled starters for this, scheduled relievers for this game. I believe the list was Brian Baker, Cionel Perez, 0-2 pitch, feeble swing by Gordon, and he strikes out. My goodness. Yimi Garcia looks in mid-season form. 2 away. Who is it? Cionel Perez, Brian Baker, and one other guy. Maybe Yenier Cano. It's not Bautista. Not Soto. It's not Dominguez. It's not Aiken. I haven't seen Keegan Aiken in a minute. I guess he keeps pitching on days where the game's not on TV. Levon Soto at the plate. He takes ball 1. Next pitch fouled away. Yeah, I said Brian Baker already, Michael. Brian Baker and Cionel Perez. And those are the 2 that I said. And I think the other one is Cano. Here's a ball hit on the ground. Foul off to the right. One ball, 2 strikes. 5-3 Blue Jays, top of the 6th. In the dirt, check swing, and Soto went around. He strikes out. So Yimi Garcia comes in and makes short work of the Oriole batters. He looks ready to go for the regular season. On to the bottom of the 6th, 5-3 Blue Jays. So we should be seeing one of those relievers coming on here in the next inning, I would think. I'll let you know who it is as soon as it becomes available. Kobe Mayo is now 4 for 9 over his past 5 games after that leadoff double, but then he had another out, so I guess 4 for 10. But still, 4 hits in his last 10 at-bats after starting the spring 1 for 23. Kobe Mayo is starting to heat up. But when you're 1 for 23, just about anything compared to that is heating up. Still, though, encouraging signs. Better at looking at bats, better looking. The Blue Jays offense in the spring has been great. They're 3rd in batting average, 3rd in runs scored across baseball here during the spring. Okay, so Cionel Perez will be the first of these scheduled relievers to get the call. He's out here to begin the bottom of the 6th. 62 appearances last season. And he leads all of baseball in the history of the game for the most important statistic in all of sports. Number of home run balls caught in one's hat. First pitch of the inning is inside for ball 1, and it looks like we've got... Oh, no, it's Andres Jimenez still out there for the Blue Jays. 1 for 2 with a single. Lefty on lefty. Next pitch is a strike. The 1-1 is a swing and a miss. 88 miles an hour on, I think, a slider there from Perez. One and two on Andres Jimenez leading off the bottom of the 6th. And a foul back. We're getting into that part of the ball game where we're probably going to start seeing some defensive changes, and we've had a few already. Emmanuel Rivera is out of the game at first base. He's replaced by Willems. Nick Gordon gives away to Daz Cameron in left field. Here's a swing and a miss, and Perez gets the strikeout.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Jimenez strikes out. Daz Cameron in left field for Nick Gordon. And Sammy Basayo is behind the plate right now, taking over for Maverick Hanley. We'll see Basayo hit at least once, hopefully twice, before this game's over. Alejandro Kirk at the plate. 0 for 2. Ball 1 to him. Next pitch is hit on the ground. A big bounce to third. Machine charging, throws, high throw, but the tag applied over there by Willems. Again, who just replaced Rivera at first base. So now I'm starting to see what the problem is with Machine. His throwing accuracy is not too sharp. That's the second wild throw he's made today. One led to an error. This time he got bailed out. Base is empty, 2 down for Orelvis Martinez. And he takes low and outside for ball 1. Last time up, he got a base hit and scored. And that 4-run rally that has given the Blue Jays a 5-3 lead. This ball's hit off the end of the bat and is going to dunk in there in right center field for a base hit. A 2-out hit for Martinez. Second hit for him in his mini at-bats. Miles Straw up there with 2 down, and he takes a called strike. 1 for 2 with a double. Number 9 hitter, so this is 3 full trips through the order now. I wonder if the Blue Jays will start sending up new guys after this batter. Here's a called strike. Pitch dropped by Basayo, but no big whoop. Chad Green, a right-handed reliever for the Blue Jays, getting loose in their bullpen. 0-2 to Straw. 2 down, runner at first. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next pitch from Perez. Wow, he got Straw to swing at it. Pitch was a foot outside, but somehow Straw got a piece of it to keep the at-bat going. A 1-2 pitch is fouled back. These hats must have been a giveaway today. Everybody's got this same Panama Jack looking hat. Oh, a snap throw to first by Perez, but Martinez back safely. From the belt, Perez, the 1-2 pitch. In the dirt, but he gets a swing and a miss, and the inning is over.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
All right. Well, no score for the Blue Jays in that 6th inning, but they still have a 2-run lead. We go to the late innings. Toronto 5, Baltimore 3. 7th inning. I'm already running out of steam. My morale is a bit low. Hey, does anybody in the Charm City chat have anything to tell me that might help lift my morale a little bit? My morale is low. You know, normally I'm here to lift your morale, especially when things are going rough. Right now, I'm calling on you. I need a morale boost. The season is less than 2 weeks away. Well, 2 weeks away on the date, right? In fact, it's 2 weeks away exactly 1 hour and 15 minutes from now. 2 weeks, 1 hour, and 15 minutes. Right? That would be March 27th at 3:07 p.m. That is supposed to be first pitch in Toronto. But if you ask that same question in 2 hours, it will be less than 2 weeks away. Melanie, how you doing, hon? Sup with you? I'm chilling, enjoying a lucky. Yeah, 3:07 first pitch. What, did I say something wrong again? March 27th in Toronto, 3 o'clock, opening day. Yes, sir. All right. Luis Vasquez at the plate. Chad Green out in relief. And we got a 1-1 count on again. That is the 4th time today. For at least the 4th time today, my stream drops out for a second. Here's a opposite field. Well, no, it's caught at first base. Vasquez bidding for a hit to the opposite field, but a line drive caught by Vladimir Guerrero for the first out here in the 7th. Boy, the Blue Jays are still sticking with their starting lineup. All 9 position players still out there here in the late innings. Here is Machine.
You know, like everything. I'm just a love machine, and I don't work for nobody but you. I'm just.
Swing and a miss for strike 1, and the next pitch is fouled back at 0-2 as Machine's helmet goes a bit askew on his head. RBI double back in that 2nd inning where the Orioles scored all 3 of their runs. He takes high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. One, 2. That ball's hit toward the left field corner, but it's slicing well foul. It had home run distance, but foul ball from Machine. Yeah, I looked ahead on the MLB.com schedule for opening day. There's a lot of teams that have already got their opening day starter announced. Not the case for either of these teams. I think Baltimore is still very genuinely not sure who their opening day starter should be. Machine pops it up, shallow center. Coming in as Straw makes the catch, 2 down. All right, folks, we've got a moment. Everybody, come on. I haven't had a reason to play the horn yet today. But Sammy Basayo is at the plate. Let's see what he can do. Goes after the first pitch, fouls it away. Basayo. I like the cut of his jib. This dude is going to be a big leaguer before you know it, and he's still only 20. That one's fouled straight back. It's 0-2. Two down, nobody on, top of the 7th. And an 0-2 pitch. Low and in. Basayo has to dance out of the way. "127 games between Double and Triple-A last year. 19 homers, 65 RBI. And he swings and misses at a pitch low. He strikes out. The Orioles go 1-2-3 here, quietly in the 7th. We head to the bottom half. The Blue Jays lead it 5-3. Well, folks, I'm not going to go super crazy about it because, it's spring training and, I got neighbors that aren't too happy with my middle of the night antics. So a bit of a muted version. It's time to throw some cakes on the griddle. Get them cakes up in the chat.
Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy.
ABW, how do you believe we will do this year? Well, the key word, Bill, is believe. And I'm a believer. I believe the Orioles are going to finish with somewhere between the 101 wins of 2023 and the 91 wins of last year. I'm going to put us on 94 wins. And I think we're going to win the division. We're going to win our first postseason game since I don't know when, and we're going to win our first postseason series since I don't know when. I got us in the ALCS, and whoever we get, I'll have to tell you what our chances are. That's what I believe. That is what I believe. It's actually not a split squad game today. It's actually just a day where Brandon Hyde's given all the regulars the day off. Okay, Brian Baker is getting his inning of work in here in the 7th, which means we should see Cano in the 8th. And there may not be a 9th. If the Blue Jays are still leading at that point, the game's over. Oh, and 1 the count. And now we are starting to see some pinch hitters here. A fellow by the name of Harry at the plate. Left-handed batter in for Bo Bichette. Folks, let's try to get those likes up to 40 if possible. Here's a swing and a miss. 1-2. We've been hitting 50 or more with regularity, but it's been a pretty small turnout today. I'll take 40. This pitch is up and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Harry. Called strike 3. Brian Baker.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
With the long-term injury to Andrew Kittredge, Brian Baker, who, outside of one really bad outing where he gave up 3 home runs, has otherwise looked pretty good so far this spring. Riley Tirada is up. He goes after the first pitch, hits it to straightaway center field. And Laureano, who's still out there, makes the catch for out number 2. There are some other defensive changes. Dylan Beavers is in right field now for Dylan Carlson. Actually, that's the only other fresh change. 2 down in the inning. Anthony Santander getting likely his final chance at the plate if he is coming up. He is indeed at the plate, now batting left-handed against the righty Baker, and he takes low for ball 1. Santander 0 for 3 so far today. He's flown out all 3 times. Low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Would you agree that the team will likely score more runs this season over last? Yeah, for the very simple reason that in the second half last year, our offense was not, we'd lost our identity. If our team had continued to produce in the second half last year what we had done in the first half, we would have had a top 2 offense in baseball. Here's a swing and a miss by Santander. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the number one reason I feel like the offense is going to turn around is that Adley Rutschman looks back. And I feel like the way Rutschman goes, that's the way the team goes. There's been a lot of, there's been a large sample size to Santander with a line drive base hit in the right field. Tony gets his first hit of the day. A 2-out single to right. So, yeah, long story short, barring major injuries to our biggest batters in the lineup, like Gunnar, Adley, Tyler O'Neill, Westberg, maybe Kalzer, those guys need to stay healthy. Dalton Varsho at the plate again. Takes a called strike. But then you look at other situations like Jackson Holliday. If Holliday can step up, and it's not much of a step to go up from where he was last season. Now you've got an even stronger lineup right there. Oh, 1 count on Dalton Varsho. There's a chopper foul, first base side. The runner was off with that pitch. He goes back to first. Baker's next pitch is a swing and a miss. A nice pitch there to get the strikeout and end the inning. A couple of Ks for Baker.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
We head now to the 8th inning. It's still a 5-3 ball game. Toronto ahead. Baltimore. Bats have gone cold since that second inning. I mean, cold. We haven't done diddly. In fact, Lucas, the starter, gave up all 4 of the hits the Orioles have today. Fluharty with a third of an inning, Yarborough 2 innings, Garcia 1 inning, Green 1 inning. That makes it 4 1/3 innings of hitless ball. No walks either. Yikes. Our offense. Let's wake up, huh? What do you say we, get a rally going here? That would be nice. At one point, Povich had retired 8 batters in a row. "69 pitches on the day, 46 for strikes." So tomorrow we play the Twins. Again, starting that game will be Tomoyuki Sagano. No TV coverage. New pitcher out here for the Blue Jays, a right-hander, Nick Sandlin. I think he came over from the Guardians, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe as a part of that Andres Jimenez trade. Maybe not. But I want to say he was a Guardian. Anyway, here we go. Top of the 8th. First pitch is check swing, and first base umpire says the batter went around. It is... Who is at the plate right now? Oh, it's Ramon Laureano. Okay. Getting another chance to hit. Foul ball off to the left. No balls, 2 strikes. To Laureano. This is showing Jimenez still at the plate. Is that the case on my other screen? Huh. Okay, never mind. 0-2 pitch to Laureano. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. Man, oh man. We are sputtering down the stretch of this game. Here's Dylan Beavers. I hope he makes the team one day so I can use the Naked Gun soundbite of "Nice Beaver." First pitch looked okay, but called ball 1. Beavers will probably be in that spring breakout game. He pops it up here, left field, shallow. Running out is the third baseman, but the left fielder calls him off and makes the catch. 2 down in the 8th. We're running out of outs. It looks like Daz Cameron up now, getting his first plate appearance of the day. And he takes outside ball 1. Next pitch, called a strike. On the outside half of the plate. 1-1. And the broadcast team is showing the wrong graphic for the wrong player. Uh-oh. Where'd my game go? There we go. That ball is lined, a base hit. In the hole between second and short, a 2-out solid base hit for Daz Cameron. All right, how about a 2-out rally? How many home runs did Beavers hit in the minors? Like last year? Ever? Either way, I don't know. I don't know. Kobe Mayo is up, though. Folks, come on. He could tie the ball game up right here.
Just get it all on there. Just spread it out.
Goes after the first pitch. Hits it in the air and into the crowd off to the right. Folks, who wants a Kobe Mayo bomb? I do. Send one into orbit, my friend. 0-1 pitch. Low. Again, Mayo 4 for his last 10 after starting 1 for 23 on the spring. One ball, one strike. Sandlin spins and checks the runner back at first. Top of the 8th, 2 down, runner at first. 1-1 count on Kobe Mayo. And the pitch. There goes the runner. Cameron will be caught stealing to end the inning. Good Lord. You can't do that, man. It's the tying run at the plate, a power bat. You take the bat out of his hands, the inning is over, there's no tying run. I mean, we don't even know if we'll get a runner on base in the 9th to get the tying run up. You don't run there. You just don't. God, that annoys me. I'm telling you truly, even if Cameron steals it, my comment would have been, oh, nice steal there. Not sure if it was worth the risk. With Mayo at the plate, you're down 2. But what are you going to do? Yeah, that's right. Take away that 1 for 23. He needs a 400 hitter, although now it's a little below that. Now 4 for his last 11. Closer to like 375, 360, something like that. All right, that pizza does not look like that. Domino's Parmesan stuffed crust. Yeah, I'm sure it looks like that. All right, I don't know why my ESPN scoreboard is not up to date, but it's okay over here on your end. As long as it's working for you, that's what matters. Michael, Brandon Hyde has said that he wants to see more base running aggressiveness. And yeah, Cameron got caught there. And early in the spring, we did get caught a lot. I don't know, something like out of our first 5 attempts, we got caught like 4 times. But it's gotten better over the last couple of weeks. Just got caught right there. And that time it wasn't so much, you know, it was just more about a bad time to do it than anything. Brian Baker is going to pitch the 8th, so I guess Cano is not going to come out tonight. Alan Roden is at the plate, left-handed batter on the pinch hit for Toronto. And the 2-0 from Baker is a called strike. This pitch is low, 3-1. That's ball 4. Baker gives up a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the 8th. And let's see who Toronto sends up here. Paulino. And that'll do it for Brian Baker. I'm not sure why they had him come out here to start the inning. If the idea was to face one batter, I don't understand that at all. We've got a pitching change. I'm assuming it's going to be Innie or Cano, but hang in there. We'll find out. 5-3 Blue Jays. We're in the bottom of the 8th. No, top of the 8th, right? Top of the 9th? Where the hell are we? Wait a minute. Bottom of the 8th. What? I thought we were hitting. No, we're not, because we're getting a new pitcher out there. Okay, never mind. It's the bottom of the 8th, and I need to go to bed. It's time to go to sleep. Oh, we've got a Jane's Addiction reference. I didn't even notice. Hey, I killed that song on the air last year. I remember one of the games. I did my spot-on Perry Farrell impression. We got any hockey fans around? Anybody excited about Alex Ovechkin on the cusp of history? I have to admit, I don't follow hockey like I used to when I was a kid, but I kind of regret it. I kind of regret just sort of not paying attention to a really fantastic career. Hey man, nice shot. Little filter for you. All right, here's Cano. He's out there. And a bunt goes right back to Cano. Easy play to first for the first out. Runner at first goes up to second. So that'll probably go down as a straight sacrifice. All right, next batter up. Runner at second, one out. Cano's first pitch is inside. We are in the bottom of the 8th. The Blue Jays with a 5-3 lead for the 5 runs. Excuse me. Coming back in the 5th inning, and that has been the difference in this one. Now my voice is about to go. 2-0 the count. Pitch. That one's hit on the ground and through the hole on the right side. That should score a run. Here comes that run in. It's now 6-3 after an RBI single. 6-3 Blue Jays. I should probably have just signed off about an hour and a half ago. This has just gotten more and more difficult to watch. Here's a chopper foul. Next pitch, there's a strike. Oh and 2 on somebody whose name is yet to show up on the screen. Here's a foul ball. Still 0 and 2. Man, oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Paulino is the man at the plate. That pitch got away from Cano. One ball, two strikes on Paulino. Runner at first, one out, a run in. 6-3 Blue Jays in the bottom of the eighth. Up and in, and Paulino turns out of the way, then pantomimes as if he had been hit in the shoulder, just for a laugh. 2-2 the count. And here's a Baltimore chop back to Cano. Flip to first in time for the second out. That moves a runner into scoring position with two away. That'll bring up Bohrofen. Bohrofen. You tell me. Bohrofen. I don't know. Right-handed hitter up at the plate. You tell me how to say this name. I don't know. He's got a 1-0 count. Pitch. That's a strike. Outside edge. Well, now we got the name Brown on the screen. Which is it? I can't keep up, folks. I can't wait for the regular season. Low and away, 2 balls and a strike on apparently a fellow by the name of Brown. Dasan Brown. Here we go. A-ball and double-A ball last year. 2-1 pitch. Right in there, 2-2. One more strike for Cano to get through the inning. He's already given up a run, although I think that run is charged to Baker. And Cano, in that classic stance after releasing that last pitch, wanted strike 3 but didn't get it. Payoff pitch coming now to Brown. And that's off the plate for ball 4. It's a check swing, but he didn't go. So a 2-out walk. Inning continues. Back to the top of the order for Harry. Half of the team of Dumb and Dumber. Toronto came into today with an 11-6 spring record. So if they hang on here, they'll be 12-6. We've got a break here in the action. The runner at second base was off the bag for some reason. I'm really not interested in finding out why. Either way, we're about ready for the next pitch. First and second, 2 down, and there's a swing and a miss by Harry on a pitch in the dirt. 0-1 the count. J. Harry. I got a first name. J. Harry. Pitch. That one's tapped foul. One more strike, Cano. Come on, buddy. I'm ready to get the hell out of here. I mean, man, oh man, oh man. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a pop-up. Third base side foul ground. And the catch is made to end the inning. The Blue Jays add an insurance run, and they now lead it 6-3 as we go to the ninth. We are in Dunedin, Florida. Orioles On the verge of moving, what is it? 8-10 if they don't win this one. Charm City chat. This inning might go quick. Who knows? So if you got something to say, if you got any questions, comments, what have you, now's the time. Because this is going to be a quick wrap-up. Once again, no game tomorrow televised. The Orioles will be playing the Twins. Tomoyuki Sagano will be the starter. And other than that, you're just going to have to check in on your Twitter feed or what have you to get updates on that game. We'll be back here on Saturday in the evening. The spring breakout game between the Orioles and the Yankees. That game should feature the likes of Sammy Basayo and Kobe Mayo and Enrique Bradfield Jr. and perhaps even Vance Honeycutt might show up. Who else are we going to see out there? Maybe Dylan Beavers. Yeah. The kids. Now, Cade Povich likely won't be involved because he pitched today. That's a little too soon. I wonder who the starter will be in that ball game. Okay, here we go, ninth inning. I will be ready. I'm not ready now. The baseball season hasn't started yet, so no, I'm not ready for football yet. But give me 6 months and I'll get back to you. Kobe Mayo coming up. Come on now.
Let's get it all on there. Just spread it out.
He fouls the first pitch back. Strike one. Zach Pop. I remember this guy pitching a couple of times last year. He got into 58 games for the Blue Jays. Not a very good ERA, 5.59. 0-1 to Mayo. Fouled straight back, and once again, Mayo in the hole, where he often finds himself. It's 0-2. I mean, they've given Mayo a full day of a complement of at-bats, DHing, just being asked to go up there and focus on hitting the ball. He does have a double. That's a chopper. This could be trouble, and it's not going to be fielded cleanly at second base. I think even though that looked pretty clumsy, that should go down as a single for Mayo, because I don't know if you can assume on this slow chopper that Mayo would have been thrown out. Let me take a look. Nope, they're going to call that an error. Come on. Come on, scorekeeper. Give Mayo a hit on that. There's a reason why the guy was charging fast and fumbled the ball, because it was a bang-bang play. That's nonsense. That is not an error, but they're calling it one.
Why don't you wake up and smell what you shoveling?
So Mayo robbed of a hit. Creed Williams at the plate. Runner at first, nobody out. He takes inside, 2-0. That really sticks in my crawl. I mean, he had a shortstop that was playing on the back of the infield, like near the lip of the outfield grass. He had to charge in nearly toward the pitching mound to field the ball and then try to get off a snap throw. And they're going to call that an error because he didn't field it cleanly. But again, even if he had, there's no guarantee he had time to get the guy out. Williams hits the ball to left. Backing up on it, still backing up, and off the glove, that ball's down for a hit. Let's see how far we get. Second and third, nobody out. Folks, the Orioles have got something cooking here. Creed Williams. And the left fielder here, boy, that was not pretty. They won't give him an error, even though that looked worse. Second and third, here comes Judd Fabian. Come on. Keep the line moving. Low and outside for ball one. Folks. Better late than never. Catcher comes out to talk to Zach Pop. Second and third, nobody out. The Orioles down 3 in the ninth. They have not done anything since the second inning. The 1-0 to Fabian. That's outside. Catcher wanted to frame it. Doesn't get the call. It's 2-0. Come on, folks. Two-0 pitch. That's up the middle. And that is a base hit into center field. One run is in. Here comes another. Folks, never mind. The other guy stopped at third. I forgot that's Williams, the very stocky John Kruk looking guy out there. All right, but we're the line's moving, folks. It's now 6-4. There's still nobody out. Tying runs on base. Go ahead run coming up. Luis Vasquez. Folks, don't go anywhere. Ninth inning magic. Pitch in there for a strike to Vasquez. Come on, Luis. We need you to do something smart here. The tying runs are on, and there's nobody out. You don't have to tie it up, but do something productive here. 0-1 pitch. Inside 1-1. We're in the bottom part of the order right now. But remember, Samuel Basayo is a part of that bottom of the order. He'll be up 2 batters after this. There is a pitch off the plate outside. 2-1. So, yeah. As long as the Orioles don't completely screw it up with like a double play ball and then a third out by the next batter, Basayo is going to have a chance in this inning. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Honestly, I would rather have Vasquez strike out than hit a ground ball and potentially make 2 outs. I want Basayo to have his shot. 2-2 to Vasquez. That's tapped foul at the plate. We'll do it again. Come on, Luis. I'm going to stay on this screen because I don't want anything spoiled by that balls and strikes. Come on now. 2-2. Pitch. Check swing inside. Full count. Full count. Zach Pop has thrown 16 pitches now, has yet to get an out. 3-2. Payoff pitch coming to Vasquez. Swing and a miss. Throw down to second, and he is out. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. A strike him out, throw him out. With Basayo now going to be on deck, and we might have taken the bat out of his hands. If we don't extend this game. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Why are you running there? Just whatever. Here's Machine. He needs to keep this game alive. He is the tying run. Basayo is on deck. I swear, all I asked was to not do what you just damn did.
You know, like everything. I'm just a love machine, and I don't work for nobody but you. I'm just.
Pitch is foul back, and the Orioles are down to their final strike. I mean, if this were the regular season, I would be so angry. So angry. What are you doing? 0-2 pitch to Machine. Swing and a miss, ball game over. Basayo left on deck. It's the earmuff ninth. God damn it! What are you doing? What is so valuable about stealing second base in that spot? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Final score, Toronto 6, Baltimore 4. Basayo robbed of a chance to be the hero. Oh, that gets me annoyed. Man. Ugh. You know, I mean, we did get a run in the ninth. All right, Ryan Yarbrough credited with the win. He's 2-0 in the spring. Cade Povich gets slapped with his first loss. He's 1-1. Zach Pop gets the save. For the Orioles, Laureano went 0 for 3. Carlson 0 for 2. Rivera 0 for 3. Mayo 1 for 4 with that double. Gordon 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. Soto had a hit and a run scored. Vasquez had no hits but an RBI. Machine 1 for 4 with an RBI. And Hanley and Basayo combined in the number 9 spot to go 0 for 3. Again, Basayo left on deck. I know it's spring training. It's just the situation. Like, I know it doesn't really matter. I mean, what matters is that you took away an opportunity for a young, promising hitter to come up in a big moment spot to deliver, and he took it away from him. And again, I know it's not the real thing, but he's not going to start the season on the team. It might be a long time before he's in the real thing. I want him to be able to have those opportunities now while we get to watch him play. So yeah, I'm mad. I'm really mad. I'll get over it. Don't you worry. But that was just ill-advised. 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for Baltimore. 6 runs on 11 hits, 1 error for the Blue Jays. Cino Perez had a clean inning, a couple of strikeouts. Brian Baker gave up a run in an inning. He had a couple of strikeouts. Cano came in to replace Baker, got the final 3 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Gave up a hit and a walk, but no runs. His spring ERA is 1.80. And that's going to do it. Once again, Blue Jays 6, Orioles 4. Next game will be tomorrow. It is not televised. I don't know if you can get it on the radio, on WBAL or something in the Baltimore area. But in terms of television, no dice. So we'll be back on the air here on the BirdWatcher Channel on Saturday. I can't promote it enough. Tell your friends, folks. The spring breakout game. This is a special game. And we're playing the Yankees, and makes it even more special. Saturday, 5:50 p.m., I'll be on the air. I'll be on the air. Sorry. Great time to get a little gas. Until then, folks, I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you this weekend. This has been the BirdWatcher, and I'll chirp at you later. Have a good rest of your day, everybody.